the last part of cyclic group. Here we will also prove some theorem. So the first property of cyclic group is every subgroup of a cyclic group is cyclic. Every subgroup of a cyclic group is cyclic. Now using this order we will prove another theorem which calls, suppose we have a cyclic group of order, finite order obviously, we have a cyclic group of order n. Then it has one and only one subgroup of order R for every positive divisor d of n, of order d. It has one and only one subgroup of order d for every positive divisor d of n. That means n is the order of the group. Now whenever we will get one divisor of n, we will get at that orders we will get one subgroup. Suppose n is equals to 4. That means 2 divides 4. So we will get a 2 ordered subgroup for this given group having order 4. Okay, like this. Suppose n equal to 6, then 2 divide 6, 3 divide also 6. That means we will get one subgroup of the given group of order 2, another subgroup of the given group of order 3. We have to prove it. Now it is given that order of G equals n, right? Now 1 also divides n and n is also divides n. These are the trivial cases. There is nothing to prove for that. Now let's, D is a divisor of n, okay, and D is greater than 1 and less than n. We have to prove it has a subgroup of order D. That's it. Now when D is a divisor of n, that means n can be written as some multiple of D. Let D into m, okay. M belongs to some positive integer. N equals dm. Now a to the power m, this obviously belongs to G, because a belongs to G, we are just composing a m times. That means a to the power m belongs to G. So order of a to the power m, what will be its order? Order of a by GCD of order of a comma n, m, right? Order of a is equals to n, that is n by GCD of m comma n. Now n equals dm, that means GCD of n comma n is equals to d, that is n by d. Sorry, GCD of m comma n is equals to m, because n is a multiple of m. So n by m, which is equals to d. That means order of m is equals to d. So we get one subgroup H which is generated by a to the power m. That means order of H is having d and H is a subgroup of G. Okay, that means whenever we will get a divisor of the order of that group, for that order we will get one subgroup. That's the theorem. Now moving to prove some example. Find all subgroup of Z plus. Find all subgroup of Z plus. Now we know that Z plus is a cyclic group, right? And it is generated by 1 and minus 1 also. 1 as one of the generators. Now we can use the theorem, that is subgroup of a cyclic group is always cyclic. Right? That means all the subgroups of Z plus will also be cyclic. That means we can get each of its subgroups just by taking one element one at a time and by generating that element. That means generated by 1, this will give Z. Now similarly generated by 2, next element, which will give 2Z. Similarly, if we take the next element, generated by 3, it will give 3Z, and so on. That means all the subgroups are generated by n z, okay, where n is a positive integer, actually non-negative because 0 will also be there. So where n is a non-negative integer. So these are the subgroups of Z. Next is prove that, next example, prove that Q plus is not a cyclic group. Q means set of rational numbers. We have to prove this is a non-cyclic group. Now how will we do that? Now if possible, let Q is a cyclic group and it is generated by some element A. Okay, that means each element of Q can be represented by this, can be represented by some multiple of A. That means it will be of the form n into A, where n belongs to Z, just by the definition of cyclic group. Now let us consider this element, half of A. A is a rational number, that means half of A is also a rational number. This also belongs to Q. But half of A cannot be expressed as NA, where n is an integer, because half is not an integer, it's a fractional number. So half of A can never be expressed as n into A. So this is a contradiction. That means Q is not cyclic. Okay. Next, another example. This is also very important example and very common one. G is a abelian group of order 6. G is an abelian group of order 6 containing an element of order 3. Containing an element of order 3. Prove that G is cyclic. Prove that G is cyclic. G is a abelian group of order 6 containing an element of order 3. Prove that G is cyclic group. Okay, we have to prove it. Now, order of G is equals to 6, an even number, right? And from an well-known example of group theory chapter, we know for an even group there is at least one element of order 2. For an even group, using that example, for an even group there exists at least one element of order 2. Let's take A belongs to G such that order of A is equals to 2, and it is given that it already contains one element of order 3. So let B belongs to G such that order of B is equals to 3. Okay. Now order of A and order of B are 2, 3. That means order of A, order of B are prime to each other, because 2 and 3, these are prime to each other numbers. These are prime to each other, and it is given in the question that G is abelian. Now again we know whenever G is abelian and the orders of that elements are prime to each other, then we can write order of AB equals order of A and order of B. Okay. We cannot write this in general for all the groups. This is not true for all groups. Particularly for all that group which is abelian, and for A and B we have order of A and order of B are prime to each other. Okay. So what will be order of AB? It will be 2 into 3, that is 6. So we got one element AB belongs to G such that order of G is equals order of AB. So from there we can claim G is a cyclic group, because we got one element which has the same order as that of the order of our group. So G is cyclic. This proves the result.